Well, hello guys. So today's video is going to be about goals. It's my goals for the new year video. This is a collaboration with Wendy from Plan, Prep, Pray. She does this every year. So there is a playlist in the description box below if you want to see what our goals are as parents, get some little inspirations. Wendy's amazing. So if you have not checked out her channel, she is so good at organizing. And she even has like a planner and all the things. And right now she's got some cool things happening in her life. In fact, I know one of her goals will be to have a baby. So you should totally check that out on her channel, Plan, Prep, Pray. I know on this channel, I'm going to be sharing my goals, the business with Living with Eve, this channel. I'm also going to be sharing some homeschool goals because I am still a mom and will always be a mom first. And I'm going to be sharing some family / hobby / vacation / time with husband goals, so to speak. And then the last one, I'm going to be discussing some of my biblical goals, my walk with the Lord type goals. So let's get started talking about this channel, Living with Eve, and some of the goals that I have for this channel, which I'm really excited to share. So as many of you know, I started this YouTube journey about 4.5 years ago-ish, maybe 5. I don't even know really at this point. And it was just me sharing my stuff, sharing who I am like in my household, sharing homeschool things, and it has just developed into just I guess a business, so to speak. I am doing homeschool evaluations for the state of Florida, where I meet with parents, do portfolio evaluations, do testing. Now, when I do my evaluations, I do only do it once a week, and I do book up pretty fast, but I don't book up more than 3 months in advance. So something to give you kind of a heads up. When I fill up, it's the summers that I get really, really super busy, but I'm available. I am doing them all on Zoom as of right now, and it seems to work out really, really well because I'm able to get some of those families that are not in the same city as I am. And you know, Zoom's a thing now. So there you go. I'm on Zoom. But I am also expanding this business, not just on YouTube and not just doing my homeschool evaluations, but I wrote a book last year. It was published. It's out for sale, Freedom to Learn. We are doing an ad campaign, which is really exciting. And we are finally getting around to doing the book signing. There was some red tape, whatever. My word for this year, by the way, is God's timing. So if something doesn't happen when it's supposed to happen, God is in control. So, like I said, book signing is actually going to be happening this year. But one of my other goals, besides doing the book signing and the ad campaign, is to really get myself out there. I actually have a speaking engagement at a homeschool convention this year. I'm really excited because that's something that I want to do. I want to get away from being behind the camera all the time and into venues, so to speak. I want to be out there with the people. Now, I know I can't do it all the time. I realize that. I have kids, I have a family, and until these kids grow up, get older, I'm not going to be able to go out like once a month to do speaking engagements. But if I can get one here or there to just get me out in front of people, I love this kind of stuff. In fact, one of my goals this year is to really continue networking with people, not because I want to push this business out. I mean, it's a perk, obviously, but I get to know all these like-minded people that are influencers, that are, business-minded, that write curriculum, just all these really just cool people, okay? Another thing that I'm doing is podcast, and I've been doing that pretty consistently with November and December. That's 2. Actually, I think I did one in September. I skipped October. If you do not know, the most exciting one was I was interviewed on with Andrew Pudawa, IEW. That was really exciting. And that's one of my other goals, is to get some more people to interview, share their curriculum, interview them on this channel, share with you their perspective of their curriculum. I have one coming up in April. That's really exciting. Another one of my goals is to finish writing my second book. Yeah, I'm writing a second book. This one's actually really exciting, and this is more of my heart. It's more specific to the Christian audience, whereas the first one was more to a general audience. But this one is really specific to the Christian audience, just really seeking out how we can be more biblical, purposeful with teaching our kids about who the Lord is, teaching our kids the foundation of Scripture, reality, truth, that kind of stuff, so that when our kids grow up, we know that we gave them that firm foundation. And we're not going to be like regretting things and wishing you did that and wishing you did this. Biblically, homeschool your kids according to scriptures, okay? That's what this book is about. And I'm excited. I've been doing a lot of research on this, and I have a lot of things that I cited, whether it's books or just a lot of scripture references. So I've been pouring my heart and soul in this book, so to speak. I'm also writing a devotional that kind of goes hand in hand with the book. You don't have to read both of them at the same time. Once I get those books done, I'm going to publish them. I'd like to have them published by a year from now, hopefully, because it takes a while to finish the book and do the editing and the beta reading and all the things. So that's kind of the goal. Then I'll have 2 books and a devotional. So that'll be exciting, because right now what's happening is I'm a mom. I'm a mom first, right? This business, Living with Eve, is something that I do for fun on the side. When I work on it, when I do these videos, my kids are asleep right now. I do them at night after they go to bed. That's when I do all my work. During the day, I am 100% mom. I don't have time to do venues and speaking engagements every weekend, but I do have time to write books and do YouTube videos and answer emails and Zoom calls and podcasts. I know that really actually does sound like a lot, but I got a whole year to fill that up with, right? And let's move on to some of my homeschooling goals this year. So of course I homeschool all 4 of my kids, and I feel like we really have the ball's rolling. It's going really good. They go to co-op twice a week. I teach at the co-op, and they take homeschool classes at the co-op, and it's very community oriented. The best thing about that co-op is it's just building some really good people skills. So I guess socialization would be the word, especially for my middle school boys, preteen boys. And they're running into a lot of fun, loving obstacles and learning what it's like to, grow up and handle things, because their brains are changing and they're recognizing things that they've never recognized before as little peoples. Actually, they're shooting up like trees right now. They're getting pretty tall. They can pick me up, and they're almost taller than me, and they can fit in my shoes. And actually vice versa, because they can't fit in my shoes anymore. My babies. So one of my goals is not so much educationally when it comes to homeschool, but it's more about the character building and teaching them how to deal with people from a biblical perspective. I'm also really trying to take some of our time together and make it quality time. I'm really sick of people fighting with each other, or disagreeing with each other, or telling somebody what to do. I'm kind of over that. I'm all about let's take a walk and not be annoyed with each other for once. That does happen in my household too. I'm sure it happens in yours. And so we've been talking a lot about building each other up and not tearing each other down, putting people above ourselves as opposed to trying to compete with the other person. A lot of that is happening, and I want that to continue. We're praying together daily. We're reading scripture daily. We're having multiple Bible studies daily. We're talking about the Lord throughout the day. And whenever there's a teachable moment, I'm going to bring up something that we've discussed. And I want this to continue, especially with family time together. My son the other day, he mentioned to me, "Hey, Mom, we're spending a lot of time doing family stuff together." My 13-year-old. And I was like, is that a good thing? And he goes, "I kind of like it." My 13-year-old said that to me. Kind of like spending quality time with his family. Go figure, right? They never really want to admit it, but they like spending time with us. But I'm really trying to build and strengthen that relationship. That's really hard to do as a mom because I can't control everybody. Now, free time goals. Obviously, I want to take 2 vacations a year. That's kind of our thing. We always like to take 2 big vacations a year where we just get away. Last year, we spent a week in North Carolina, and then we spent a week in Orlando doing the Islands of Adventure things. That was fun. This year, I don't know where I want to go. There's a homeschool convention at Answers in Genesis that's interesting to me. There's also Teach Them Diligently conference that I want to do. There's a conference in North Carolina I want to do. There's also a ministry that me and my husband have been volunteering for. So I want to continue doing that, finding time that me and my husband can get away, spend time together with other adults. I stress that. With other like-minded adults. It's so important to our sanity. I can't even begin. But it gets us away from thinking about kids. Sounds awful, doesn't it? It sounds really bad, but me and my husband, time away where we can spend time doing things that we both enjoy together. So that's a good thing. We also volunteer at our congregation and do all the things at our congregation. But within my prayer life, like I said, one of the things I've noticed that I need to do is pray with my kids and pray alone. I mean, one of my goals, I've been really, it's not even a New Year's goal. It's just to keep doing what I'm doing goal. Let's just be honest. It's a keep doing what I'm doing goal and not get my eyes off the Lord goal and stay persistent goal. And this year, right before Passover, one of my goals is to read the whole Bible in a month. I did it last year. It's awesome and it's fun. It's a big brain dump. It takes a lot of time, 3 hours a day. Yes, 3 hours a day, guys. You should do it. I mean, you don't have to do it. You could take longer than a month, but it's so good. So good. So my word this year is God's timing, because if it's not God's timing, then it's my timing, and then I mess everything up and I waste time, which I don't need wasted time, obviously. So if I don't get all this stuff accomplished this year, it's okay, because it's God's timing. But one of God's timing things for me is to be with my family and to be a mom, to be a parent, to support them, to do all the things a mom and wife should be doing first and foremost. And if that means my book takes a little bit longer, takes a little bit longer. If that means in order to write my book, I do 1 video a week instead of 2 videos a week, that's what I do. Thank you guys so much for watching. These are my goals. Enjoy the playlist of all my other YouTube friends with their goals. I'm really looking forward to hearing some of those because it helps us to get to know each other and inspire each other. So thank you once again, and I'll see you next year. I'll see you in the new year. Have a great, great New Year's. Bye.